The other big thing, and you knew this because you'd been in the Marine Corps, the other big thing that people don't understand is the fear that we all had that this thing was going to end and we weren't going to do anything. That was the biggest fear I had, was this war is going to happen. It's going to be over in 3 months, and I won't have deployed, and I'll have to do the rest of my Navy career never going into combat, which was the biggest nightmare I could imagine. Total nightmare.
That would have been. It's the same for the guys that were in the Gulf War. That certain platoons got to go over there.
Yeah.
And they sat behind thinking that they were going to backfill them, and the war was going to be a long war. And then it's over in 6 days?
Yeah. I had a Master Chief friend that was on the last plane the last platoon going to Vietnam. And the plane got shut down and they didn't go. It's like a total nightmare for them. But it's hard for people to understand that mentality of how bad you want to go. And it's just the way it is, man. I wish there was some nice thing to say about it or some psychological way to explain it away. Like, hey, it's just no. It's like I'm just going to say the way it is. When you're young and you're in the military, you want to go to war. That's all there is to it. I'm sorry. That's the way it is.
But you believe in what you are doing. There's a sense of purpose, and again, it is counterintuitive that anyone would want to go to combat.
I'm super stoked that you feel that way. I'm here to tell you and admit to you that, like, I just wanted to go to war. I just wanted to go to war. Another old Vietnam guy, when he left SEAL Team 1, he goes, I joined the Navy in 1970 so I could kill people for my country. And I was like, oh yeah, I know what he's talking about.
The funny thing is, you start to love it. You start to love war.
Oh yeah.
And that's not a bad thing. Funny enough, I took a job right when I retired at Texas A&M System. I was the director of veteran services for all 12 campuses. But there was this sort of old hen a mother hen that just didn't really like me. And, she leans in and she's like, what is the worst part about war? And I look at her and say, that it has to end. And just walked right off. You could hear
It's the classic line that they got right in Apocalypse Now, is when Colonel Kilgore's like, he's distraught. He's talking about napalm in the morning, and that smell, that gasoline smell, the whole hill smelled like victory. And someday this war's going to end. And that's the worst thing he can think of. Because, hey man, he's a battalion commander of a cavalry unit in Vietnam. He's God.
He's on top of the world.
He's on top of the world. There's nothing more important in the world to him. Ever. He can't even imagine it. And he's depressed that someday the war is going to end.
Fired up.
Yeah. So where were we?